Hey, how y'all doing today? Well, been a little sad these last couple of days. Um, this has been hard for me to acknowledge that my Detroit Tigers lost in the World Series. Now, I've been watching Detroit Tigers play all my life pretty much, and to watch them get swept, I'm talking about they got swept, they got beat bad. It wasn't even like it was like your big brother playing. You playing with your big brother. And he let you play a little hard. You get in like, yeah, I'm gonna get the chance to win, and then he just crush you. You know, I'm trying to get past this, but it's kind of hard. Okay, everywhere I go, I'm stationed in Germany, and everybody know I'm from Detroit. I let that be known through my coworkers and people I associate with off base. But I've been getting it for these last couple of days, so I'm a little down, but I still, I still represent my city and my town to the best of my ability. Being from Detroit, the Tigers the only team I had to follow in my life. And with dedication, I really hate to see them lose. I don't think a lot of people understand how big sports are in Detroit. They think of Detroit, they think of the Motor City. That's for Ford, GM, Chrysler, and all that good stuff. Is that they don't think about the things that the people in Detroit see. The cars is a great thing. We love being the perfecter of cars and things like that. But we're more proud of our sports. You know, Growing up in Detroit, I got to see a lot of different sports figures. How they carry themselves off of the fields, off of the courts, and things like that. So that made me want to emulate them. You know, the city is surrounded by schools, colleges, you know, professional teams within the city. You got the Lions, Detroit Lions, you got Detroit Pistons, Detroit Red Wings, and yes, the Detroit Tigers. You know, they're in the city. Two of the teams are actually in downtown Detroit. And then you get two others is on the suburbs. They got the real nice stadiums. So they're on the outskirts of the city. But when I was growing up, sports was great. That's we live we live for sports. Eat, sleep, wake up to sports. You go to school, everything you want to do is surrounded by sports. According to NBA.com, they were talking about the Pistons. They won 3 championships. They had some great players, some Hall of Fame players on that team. Isaiah Thomas, Bill Laimbeer, Dennis Rodman. I know a lot of people always see Dennis Rodman as a kooky guy, but he was a great defender. One defensive player of the year according to NBA.com. And Detroit won 3 championships. I believe it was in 1999, 98, 99, and 2004. I was on cloud nine when they won the championships. I'm sorry, 1988, 89, and 2004. When I was younger, in 88 and 89, that's like really unheard of. A team that just had like a couple of good players, they they put the city on their back because they didn't have like all like Magic Johnson had at the Lakers. They had Magic, Larry Bird, James Worthy, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. We had the Detroit Pistons. They had Isaiah Thomas, Dennis Rodman, Joe Dumars, Bill Laimbeer. These like blue collar guys that just went out and worked hard. They worked hard to win a championship, and that's what the city was about. Hard work. So when they won their championships in 88, 89, it was like the city was like it was like a rebirth of the city. And we had a building downtown called the Renaissance, the rebirth. So it was we had statues downtown. They had the Detroit Pistons jerseys on, and it was just a great feeling, you know, being a part of that. And then I joined the military in '95. We didn't really win any championships, but you know, the Pistons did great. Now the Pistons wasn't the only team that has won championships. Now since the beginning of I think it was Well, NBA, I mean, NHL.com says in 1937, the Detroit Red Wings, since 1937, the Detroit Red Wings have won 11, yes, 11 National Hockey League championships. Now, I know 1937, that's a long time ago, but yeah, think about this: 11 championships. That's a lot for. I mean, no matter how long ago you started. Now they call our city Hockey Town also because within the last, I say like last 10 years, we won 3 championships. We always constantly have a team in the running for the Stanley Cup. According to NHL.com, the championship teams and great players that were formed from these teams, like Hall of Famers like Gordie Howe, Stevie Eiserman. These guys were like magicians. They're like it's like music on the hockey on the ice rink in the ice rink. It was like an orchestra. When you watch these guys play, oh, it was beautiful. I never got to see Gordie Howe play in real life. That was like back in 1967, I believe. But I got to see Steve Eiserman play while growing up, and watching him, he wasn't a big guy, and he had that work mentality. Go out and work hard, and you get rewarded for your hard work, and that's why the Red Wings won championships like that. Now my Tigers, they won a couple of championships. They won 3 according to MLB.com. They won 3. But we're still hoping for them to come back and win a couple more. I know that the Tigers didn't win this year, but they took a city that's I've read in the news lately, CNN.com. The worst city in America right now happens to be Detroit. But they took a city with that title and showed the world that we still produce very good people and we still got that hard work mentality. Now Prince Fielder, one of the all stars on the team, and he's just a hard working guy, and he emulates Detroit as a whole. Miguel Cabrera, he just won the MVP for the National Baseball League. So a guy that came from he was always a decent player to being a superstar to take his team to the World Series. That's what Detroit is all about. Doing little, doing a lot with a little you get with a little you're given. My city is not the best city by far, but it's my city, and sports makes all the madness around Detroit make it bearable. I'm not gonna say we like it, because by no means does anyone in my family or anyone I associated like the crime there. Oh, it's just terrible. But sports, sports in Detroit is is a is a way for us to get away from the bad things that's happening outside our homes. When you have to worry about your car getting broken into. You go to a baseball game or football game, you forget about things like that because those for that hour or so, you're watching what you love. No matter, and in Detroit, it doesn't matter about your color, your skin, or anything like that. It's all Detroit sports. And I know Detroit's been known as the motor capital of the world, but to me, it's sports heaven. And I love every team there. And I'm a cheer for them no matter how bad they lose, including the Lions. We're going to come back and win sooner or later. All right, that hard work mentality and that attitude is going to bring us up. And Detroit sports will be king again. Thank you.